Hi, hopefuls. Thanks so much for coming back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing wonderful. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you a video I've been sitting on, and I almost forgot about it. And then Mama said, my mom, she said, I hope you didn't share with them why you want to organize your car. And so if you're on the community tab or Instagram, you saw that I got a new car, and I'm really excited about it. And I didn't know how to deliver this video or if I was. And I was like, you know what? Let me share with them my tips, the little bit that I did record. I wasn't feeling the best on this day, and I was going to take you guys with me. And some people may be interested, some people may not, but I appreciate you guys for always watching. Even though I don't appear on camera, that's just not my thing right now. And maybe one day, but I appreciate you guys who come back again and again and watching. If you want to, this is just on my heart, if you want to start a channel or whatever you want to do, start your podcast, start your blog, start your channel. You don't have to be on camera. Don't let the enemy tell you have to be on camera to give you advice and your tips and what God has put down inside you. So let's get started with this video. I just wanted to say that, and just shine, y'all. Just shine. So in this video, I'm going to share a little bit of my story, some transparency, my little testimony, some tips on buying a car in this market. We're going to start with that first. The footage that I had of getting the car and a tour of the car. So I hope you enjoy. I hope it's not going to be too long. If it is, thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. Okay, guys, so some of these tips may be obvious to those who are more seasoned in life, and then some of these may not be for the young adults. So, first, figure out the amount of payments that you are comfortable with. And sometimes we may see something shiny and it's nice and you blend in with everybody else, you don't stick out. And then you end up getting this car payment, and then you have rent, and then or you want to get a house, and you can't do all these things and live, especially in today's market, because these houses around here in our county is going crazy. We saw a townhouse for $1,900 to $2,300 a month, a townhouse, and that's just for rent. And some of the houses are going for $400K to $500K in our state. So this is, if you need a car, I know tax season is coming up, and that's one reason why I want to do this video too. Get a car payment that you are comfortable with. If you can, pay cash. And don't worry about it being brand new and shiny. Because at the end of the day, you have to live. And I've been there, and I've done that, and I understand. The next thing, guys, is see if you can get financing through the credit union if you can. If you have a family member and you're not part of a credit union, see if you can join because you're a family member with them. They just have better interest rates, and we went like through a private company first, and their interest rate was really high, and then we got an interest rate like at 4%, I think 3%, something like that, with the credit union. So just see if you can get financing through the credit union, and their rates are so much better. Use a good search tool like Car Gurus. This is not sponsored or anything, but I didn't even know what Car Gurus was because I have not looked for a car in a while. So my brother and my son told me about it, and I was looking at using old search things that I used in the past, like cars.com, or I was familiar with, and I think Yahoo Cars or something like that. And they told me to use Car Gurus, and I really like how it had the filter search preferences. So when you go through the credit union, sometimes I don't know all of them, but ours gives you certain limitations. So it can't be, if it's a used car, it can't be over a certain amount of miles, and it can't go over it can't be too old, a certain age. And this made it so much easier. I know the other car tools do that as well, but what I really liked about Car Gurus is that I somehow went to a search preference where I could have put in that particular town or that city or that county, and it pulled up all the car places in that town. And I love this because, for one, Jason kept saying, Hope, don't overlook those dealerships that may not have money to advertise or have their name at the top of the ad search if that's what they do with some of these other car search tools like cars.com or whatever. And when I did that, I put my town or my county that I was from, and that pulled up a lot of places of that I didn't even know that were there. Some of the places that I knew about, they went out of business. But anyway, y'all, when I looked at those smaller businesses, they were willing to negotiate and to the price. When I went to the bigger city like Raleigh or Garner, they were not willing to, mainly Raleigh, they were not willing to budge in this market. They were just like, and some of their customer service was off. So just check out Car Gurus and check out your towns or your cities surrounding that may be smaller businesses, and just go down the list, and they will have those diamonds in the rough or the needle in the haystack that you may be looking for. Take someone with you if you can. Um, just try to see how you feel when you pull up at the dealership. If they don't have great customer service, y'all, don't give them your money. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but it was like some cars that I did like at some places, and they just didn't have the great customer service. So anyway, take someone with you. I know, like, the second time I went looking, I went with my mom, so don't feel like you have to take a man with you. If you want to take a man, you can. If you have a mechanic that will go with you, that will be awesome to look at it. But sometimes when you take someone with you, they'll point out things that you don't even think about. So that's why it's good to take someone with you and ask questions, even if it feels like it's the most simplest or craziest question. Just ask questions, because I know one car, if I told them, we were comparing the two Escapes, and we knew that one was something about the back, the muffler was hanging, and if he didn't tell me until I told him that it was financed through the credit union. The credit union does not like titles where cars have been in damaged or something. They won't pay for the financing. So if I didn't ask him that question and I was paying cash or whatever other financing, then I wouldn't have known that the car was hit in the back. So just ask questions like, why is this hanging, or why is this doing this or doing that? Don't feel intimidated. Just ask questions. Okay, guys, and then lastly, I would say don't settle. I had my heart set on certain cars, and I had like a budget and a price range, and it was almost like they were trying to put me in this car that was very similar to the size of what I currently have. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna have to wait till something better comes along, because I'm not doing this. So don't feel pressured and don't settle. You may have to settle far as like until you can get where you want to get to, where you want to increase your budget. But if you need to stay within your budget and you need to stay within your price range you feel comfortable with those payments, then do so until you can get to where you want to get to. But if someone's trying to put you in something that's where you were already at, other than it's newer, just wait, y'all. I used to be the most impatient person, but y'all, I'ma wait on what God said I can have, and you should do the same. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna be really transparent with you all today. What I feel comfortable with, but this is the Kia Telluride, and y'all, I wanted this car, and this is part of my testimony. And I kept speaking out for probably a year and a half. I wanted this car. I wanted this car. And I started seeing this car all over town. I wasn't studying no car. I didn't want no car, but I knew I needed something a little bit reliable. But I was fine with getting my car fixed at the shop because I did not want a car payment. I know how it feels to have that car payment and you have to sit in the house because you got this car payment and you can't go on no trips. You can't enjoy life. You don't have no gas to put in the car, all that stuff. So I didn't want no car payment, but I knew that our cars were getting older and we needed something. So I don't know why I wanted the Kia Telluride. I just liked the way the black and the white one looked. That was the only colors that I liked. And I started seeing all over my town, everywhere. It was some people I was like, they must live around here because I see them all the time. I would see them at the carpool line at Josiah's school. And I just kept saying, it didn't necessarily have to be this car, but I just kept saying, I'm going to get a car and I'm going to name it and I'm going to claim it and I'm asking the Lord. And in his time, I'm going to be patient. God's going to give me that car or he's going to give me a car. And so I was telling my kids, Josiah knew, I was telling Jason. And then one day Jason said, well, when you gonna, this was like months later. Cause I was just waiting for him to say something. And he was like, when you gonna think about going to get it? Or when you gonna get it? And I said, well, Jason, that car is like 30 some, 44,000. And it's a shortage on cars. And then it was a shortage on this particular car because they might had only one or two in the height of the pandemic. And so in stock near me. And so I was like, I would love one day to be able to pay cash for that car. And, and sometimes the enemy will tell you not to dream or think big. And I said, well, I'm at least going to go on the site, Kia's site, and look at this car at least and see how much they cost. And that's what I did, y'all. And, it wasn't something that I constantly thought about until I saw the car in the driving around town or something like that. I would get in my Chevy Malibu and I was just fine. And then one day out the blue, Jason mentioned about, we're going to go look for a car. Because if you're married, you kind of wait on your husband. I mean, sometimes you may voice your opinion and stuff like that. I voice my opinion out, but I respect my husband and I just wait. There's no point of forcing things, and I just wait and I just wait. And then one day he said it, and I looked at him and I was like, "What?" And, and I thought, of course it was gonna be his car. And then he said, "No, we can go look for you a car." And I also, y'all, I wanted to get my own car. I went from staying with my parents. My dad would get me a car when I needed it. I think my dad might got me 3 cars. They were all older cars. Usually they were older than I was at the time. But I'm grateful because they got me to school. They got me to work. They got trail to daycare. And I don't know, it just always seemed like it was a struggle for me ever since I was 16 years old, or I'll say 17, maybe older, with a car. Even when Jason and I'll talk about that a little bit, our little story, when I'm showing you his car at the end of our struggle with cars. We had to walk to the grocery store. I remember when we had to turn a brand new car. It was 2004 Taurus at the time. And we had to turn it into the bank because we could no longer afford the payments. It was brand new, spanking new. Because when we both met, we had older cars. They were older than us. And we needed something reliable. We were moving out together. And we just struggled with cars. My very first car, I had to hit my car with the alternator. I remember getting rides to work when I worked at Walmart from different friends, and they would come and pick me up, y'all. I had some good friends, co-workers. They would come and pick me up for like days and weeks so I can get my car fixed. I remember riding in the government transportation bus. I think it was called Trax. in my county to go to hair school. My brother would take Trail to daycare. I remember breaking down on the road and worrying like if I'm going to get to point A to point B, and recently like putting certain appointments off because I just didn't feel like driving all the way to Durham or Raleigh. But my car would have got me there. Even like, y'all, this may be out of order, like family members will have get-togethers, and I wouldn't be able to go because I wasn't quite sure if my car would make it or not. And it probably would, but I couldn't leave with just maybe Jason will be at work or something like that and come home and it's late at night. I mean, I remember years ago when Jason had to ride his bike to work, and y'all could go on and on, where we had a Dodge Ram truck and we took our taxes and we paid cash for the truck, and the engine went out years later, and the guy did work on the truck after we paid him up front and without our permission, and you're not supposed to do that. And we never got the truck back because he said that we owed the money, but we tried to do small claims and he just act like he did not get the correspondence, and Jason just let it go. I mean, y'all, I could go on and on about all the different situations of quitting school and quitting a job because I didn't have transportation to get there, or having to walk to pick the boys up from school. And oh gosh, even when my sister-in-law, my in-laws, they would let us borrow their car. I remember my sister-in-law, Niecy, she let us borrow her car for a short time span, and I was in CNA school at the time, and I remember it was in Sanford, and I would worry the whole entire time during that class if I was going to make it home, if my car was going to start, if her car was going to start, because sometimes it would start and sometimes it wouldn't. And I remember worrying about that, y'all. I could just go on for days. But I am so grateful that even when we would get a car in the past, I will always be worried about, are we going to be able to make this payment? So I'm just grateful. I just remember that God, lately, I've been, feeding myself the word, and I know God's promises. And I'm like, well, Lord, you said if we serve you, that you would we wouldn't have to worry about this, and we wouldn't have to worry about that. And I'm just so grateful. Even though the car that I chose is used, I'm grateful. So I'm gonna end it at that, y'all. I could go on and on all the different stories, the things that we went through, but I'm grateful for this season. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to share my testimony and my story. That was just the surface of it. When you live in it, it's a lot more in depth, of course. But I just didn't know how to deliver this, and I didn't want to make it look like all roses and candy. Like, sometimes we see YouTubers post things, or you think that someone's posting something to brag or something like that, but you have no idea the story. Like, I know on my channel, I haven't even told half of my story, and it wasn't, too terrible or anything like that, but I haven't even, even shared some part of my life when I was younger, or some of the struggles with Jason and I financially at the beginning of our marriage. So people are not posting to brag, they're posting to share their testimony, to give other people hope. And I never want to come on to make it seem like everything is all peachy or perfect or anything like that. Just sharing my experience. So thanks so much if you watched to this part. The next part will be me actually showing the day of at the getting the car at the dealership and the inside and stuff. So thanks so much, y'all. Good morning, hopefuls. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing wonderful. So today is, I'm making sure I ain't got nothing on my face. Today I thought I'd take you guys along with me. I almost forgot again, but I was like, they might want to see. So today is my birthday, my 41st. It's hard to say that. 41st birthday, and today is Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to you guys. So we are on our way. We're at Sheets getting gas. I'm running a little bit behind, but Jason had to work last night, so getting ready to take you guys. I'll show you guys in 1 second. Okay guys, so today I'm getting a new car. I need a new car so bad. I don't even think I had a new car since I've been on YouTube. This year will be 8 years. I thought about that yesterday, because you hardly never see me vlog in a car or talk in a car. Not because of that, but just for other things. So this is what it looks like. It's a Chevy Equinox, and Jason's seeing it for the first time. Mom and I went the other day. You guys can see back there, and it has some spots. It's pre-owned. I don't know if I got something on my nail or not. It's pre-owned. It's got some spots, but it looks like they've been wiping it out. See the sunroof and some spots up there, but I like it. Let me flip it around and show you guys. So that's what it looks like. Looks real nice. You said nothing leaking. You want to sit right here? I'll let you sit right here. Yeah, Mom said she had to put her leg up. Oh, and it's white on the outside, y'all. So we are actually in Clayton, and I found it online. We went to Raleigh to some places. There was some really nice people, and they was considered Anger off of what was the name of that place? Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but I put them across the screen because they were so nice. So nice. But together, y'all. The Escape I was looking at had a structural damage title or something like that. So that wasn't gonna work. So I did test drive it the other day with Mama and Josiah. Jason was at work, and he was like, "Ooh, this is nice." So we tried to get something that would be big enough, like if Justin had to drive it and if we went somewhere, so he can fit, because my car is like real small. I'll show you guys what my car look like. My car is small, but anyway, it's called Timeline Motors off of 70, and they have some other nice cars out here. This is a GMC Terrain over here. That's a little bit out of my budget. That's $15.90. Still, it's not bad. And this one over here, Trail sent me this one when he was looking on Car Guru. But it's really nice. You want to see what that look like on the inside? That was really nice, but it has a structural damage title. You got the key, bro? Okay. You got okay, I've seen it. Is this one open? This one's pretty. It's 10.5. It look really nice. I don't necessarily like the color, but it's pretty. It's clean. A Honda. Is it Hyundai? A Honda Santa Fe. Hyundai Santa Fe.
The only thing is they include the prices. You know, the personal property tax. That is something they give you 4 months to pay it. It's one.
Good morning, hopefuls. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing wonderful. So this morning is Jason's birthday, and I wanted to get Jason's car detailed. So Jason has a 2002 Toyota Sequoia, and he loves this truck. And one day I want to be able to get Jason the car or the truck of his dreams, but he loves this truck. It runs great. It just has, of course, it needs some cleaning out. The seats in the front are ripped, but it runs amazing. Y'all know Toyotas last forever, Hondas last forever. It's probably some other cars that last forever. Cars last longer now. So that car, this car is now 20 years old. But we like to pay cash for our cars and no car payments. You know, when we was a young couple, we first moved out. We had a car payment. We just went and got a car. We both had old cars when we met. I mean, old cars. And they were like older, I think, than us, y'all. And, but we were rolling. We was whining and dining and courting and everything. And then when we moved out on our own, we needed something more reliable. I think Jason's car was messing up, and he went and surprised me. Showed up at my mom's house with a brand new Taurus. I think at the time it was 2005 or 2004 car, y'all. And I was like, I was shocked, but I was still worried about the payment because I knew we were moving out with each other soon. And that payment was high, and Jason had some tickets, and the tickets were high. So the car payment was like 4 or 3 something, y'all, and Jason's tickets were like 3 something. I was going to start a new job with the bus, and when you drive with the bus, I don't think you have to wait as long. But back then, you had to wait you get paid once a month. You had to wait for a whole. I had to wait 2 months the way I came in before I got paid. About 2 months and a half, and y'all, I needed that check bad. Jason got paid like $1,200 a month. Our rent was $495. So if you can do the math, if we had $300 car payment, $300 or $400 car payment, and his tickets were like 300, not tickets, but you know, his insurance, because he had some speeding tickets from the past before I met him. Anyway, he drives slow now. So you can do the math. We were struggling, and we had to turn that car in, and it was so sad for us. At the bank, had to go turn it in, and we were struggling, y'all. So we like to pay cash for our cars. We don't like car payments. But now we finally got to the point to where we feel comfortable with a car payment. A little backstory. So I'm getting Jason's car detailed today. My brother told me about a place that detail cars because I wanted my car. And I didn't show y'all my car. I did a little bit in one video. But finish showing you Jason's car. But we be rolling in this car. We was rolling in my car. My car over here. I have to be careful what I show. And we had this car for a while. And then Jason got this car when I started driving the school bus because I needed to get to work. And then we got this car over here. So I'm just being careful what I show in the neighborhood. And this is a Chevy Equinox. My mama has an Equinox, so I was familiar with the Equinoxes, and I love this car. So we had a budget not to go over a certain amount, and our goal is to pay this car off so Jason can get him a car. And let me show you the inside. Is my car unlocked? No, it's not unlocked. So, JJ, you can bring me my key, boo. So I have to, they did a good job when I went back. They cleaned it really well. But there are some spots, and I want to, my brother was telling me about getting mine detailed. And I said, you know what? I can't get Jason a car right now, but I will, get it detailed, brand new. And I'll put their company information if you're in North Carolina. And then I will, yeah, all the information down below. You can follow them on Instagram, y'all. Those pictures will blow your mind because my car, my burgundy car, definitely needs that TLC. So Jason's going to get the new car vibe. But anyway, this is what my car looks like on the inside. And I love it. It hooks up to my Wi-Fi as soon as I put, you know, my Bluetooth. I'm sorry. I know some cars do have Wi-Fi. My brother has that. Excuse me. And as soon as I put it, put my phone close to the car, it hooks up. And I love it, y'all. It's new to me, but it's newer than what I had. My car, my other Malibu was a 2005. But we was rolling. I was going to Greensboro. The trail needed something moved or something. We were rolling. But we needed something a little bit more reliable. And you see with the sun, you really can see it. Like some spots and stuff like that. In person, it doesn't look as bad as it did before. Just how I've been putting his feet up there. As it looked before, I need to get me some mats. There's like some spots here. I can get that out myself. But I'm going to get them to come back and do my car. But they did a better job when we first saw the car. It was like more spots and stuff. They cleaned the outside and so forth. And let me lift up the trunk. Yep, and that's what it looks like. I don't know why this one little lonely mat. I'm going to take it out. It's probably supposed to be in the back seat. So this lady like, that's the neatest car I've seen. When I took my little package to the, when I took my package to FedEx, it was outside a Walmart store. Y'all know they have those FedEx stores inside Walmart. And she was like, that's the neatest car I've seen. And I said, that's because I just got it. Thank you. But it needs to be wiped down with some Armor All. In person don't look so bad, but the sun is bright. But that's okay. And that's the view. And I was looking at some Buick Enclaves. That was one of the cars that I wanted. I was looking at some Escapes. I was looking at a Murano. I'll see if I have it in my phone, and I will show you guys. Like, it's some crud down there. And like in the seat, some crud. And I don't let them eat in here because they can be so messy, y'all. So messy. And I got my taser in the door. And Mom was like, oh, you need to get some organization stuff. So I was on Amazon. I could have went ham with the organization stuff. There is some spots up here. So I had to get those out. But I have a sunroof. I was looking at Escape 2005. And I'm glad, even though that car was newer and it had less miles on it, this car is more roomy for us. It's perfect for us. Jason get in here. And he's not tight. He's not squoze. My mama can get in here. If she need to get in the back seat and we ride to the beach or something like that, she can get in here. Even though her back seat is larger in her Equinox. She has leather seats. And hers seem like her back seat is larger than mine. Because I can sit back. I'm just so comfortable when I sit in her back seat. I forgot what I was saying, y'all. And I'll let y'all go. And I'll show y'all the after Jason's car. He's supposed to get here probably about 40 minutes. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, we got it financed through the credit union. So, some of the cars I was looking at, they were like within my price range. The miles were lower, but the reason why was because the title was damaged or salvage. I think that's the name, a structural damage or something like that. And I had my heart set on this one Buick Enclave they had in Raleigh, y'all. But they were adamant of not even letting me hardly. They would want me to test. They would let us test drive it, but they were just like, seemed like they always come up with an excuse. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna let it go because y'all just not gonna let us drive this car down the street. And I guess that's because they felt like the credit union wasn't going to finance it. So, or they was going to reject it, I should say. So, anyway, the Escape, when Jason got in one of the Escapes, the one in Raleigh, it was like when he put the seat back, there was no leg room for Saya or no leg room for whoever sat in the back. And then when he got in he didn't get in the other Escape because just me and Mama and I just went. And that had more space. It had an electric sunroof. It was 2015, but it still didn't have a whole lot of room in the back. Now, I'm going to have to get used to filling up the car with with as much gas, because I ain't used to that. But just was like, you don't go nowhere anyway. But lately, I have been going a little bit more places. But anyway, that's my little car, and I like it. I love it. I had cars before. I had a Ford Windstar, but usually it was always something major, not major, but something minor that seemed major to me that would be messed up in it. I can't remember if the air messed up in that car. It was something. I know my brakes would stick. No, it was the door. The windows were really funky in that car. And I can't remember what else. But yeah, it's a whole bitty series, y'all. I love my little car. That was my little story. I'll show y'all the after. And I can't wait. The guy said that Jason's car don't show a whole lot of dirt. A whole lot of dirt. So I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like when he finishes. And inside is dirty. He had a lot of stuff. We had like a lot of we had a whole basket full of like stuff. And this is like some of our stuff out the glove compartment, some trash, and we just took it in the house and we're gonna go through it and stuff. But anyway, stay tuned, y'all. Okay, guys, so Jason's car is all finished in detail. And again, he did let us know, you know, his car is a 2002. So really his carpet needs to be replaced. But it looks so good. When Jason actually got it, it was, it needed some TLC then. So he got a lot of the dirt and stuff off the seats. And then he gave us some information to get the seats redone. I know on camera that look terrible. Get the seats redone. Somebody can put some new leather seats on there. But again, this looks so much better. His car is a 2002. So 2002. But the outside looks really good. Looks good. It's really good. And he was saying that he not sure what was right here. Probably something that the kids had. But I think it probably was something the kids had. I don't think it was before we had the car. But anyway. Hey y'all, so Jason went and got him some seat covers. I think he said he went to Advance Auto. He didn't go he didn't get it off of Amazon. So that looks so much better. I don't know why in the world we took so long to get some slip covers, but they look good. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it to the end. And I said I was going to share some of the cars I was looking at. So in the price point that I was at, most of the cars were the Nissan Rogue and the Ford Escapes, and I did like those Buick E-Claves. Ain't as pretty, y'all? But they were a little bit over my budget. Most of the cars, if you want really the cars that I really like, I noticed they were around 15,000. 15,000. So that's a good price to save up for, like if you just don't want no car payment and stuff. But the Escapes just had a little bit not enough leg room. But the Nissan Rogues, they drove good, but one of them, it was just some ticking. And then two of them I saw in Raleigh, they just had a little bit too much wear and tear. But I just said I wanted to share, or I said in the video, sometimes I do that, I was going to share some pictures and then I forget of the other ones that I was looking at. But I didn't know how I was going to share it in a reel or whatever, but I just wanted to explain. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for always watching and supporting, and see you next time. Bye.